I'll take you with the journey with me through when it started, my preparations, the feeling, the discussions, the preparation, the trip, and the way you enter Gaza with me, and what do you see there, how do you work there, and bring you back here. So I've been an anesthetic consultant for almost 12 to 18 years. I work across Sydney in a few hospitals. And to take leave from those hospitals, because life continues, you have responsibility and commitment. So you have to provide leave as soon as you can. The minimum is about 3 months. And then I was in a group of doctors, and they said Panzima needs volunteers for a mission in Gaza. I thought maybe it's going to become that. That was 9th of April. I said it's going to become some June, July. It's fine. I said, yeah, I'm interested. But things went on very quickly from there. I texts and emails and said, no, we have to be on it. Like, send your CV, sign this form, sign that form. And they said, we need you in May. I said, it's only 2 weeks away. I just need to prepare myself, prepare everything. How about I go in June? They said, no, I mean, who knows what happens in June? The border might be closed, the war might stop, and we need now. And they also said, give it a time now, we'll call you tomorrow, because what happens commonly is people say yes, they're enthusiastic, and then they get scared or change their mind. But once we provide your name, if we change it, we lose that spot. We cannot send anyone else. So you have to be responsible about that. So then everything rolled on quickly. And you don't do that 2 weeks of emotions. Why I'm doing this? I'm going to leave my kids. I'm going there anesthetic. Do they have any drugs? Do they have supply? I'm not sure if I can do anything. They might hit the hospital. Like it just things comes to you trying to make you hesitate and change your mind and just pray and all that. Just please, I want to do this. I don't want to get changing my mind on this. So, alhamdulillah, everything went smoothly in that 2 weeks. The 3-4 major public hospitals, they said, that's fine, just go, we'll fix our roster and work. And my commitment with private, everyone's helping me. Loads of phone calls, everyone's helping me. Then I came to prepare myself and family and all that. So, as Sarah said, it's different organization. The only way, all the borders are closed. The only way of aid enters Gaza is only through ENTT. And they're about twice a week, about average 5 to 10. And the only aid enters is by those people. So everything is important. You have to pack properly, take only needed stuff there. So PANSMA relates with WHO and UN, and they get their seat and they put their crew to go there. So I have to prepare my supply, the medical supply. The amount of the food is limited. You only can take about 3.5 kilos, so you have to make them quite dense and lightweight. So I had to use protein bars, lots of it, noodles because they dry, they don't carry weight, and water, do we need or no, I don't know. You have to write your will in writing. If you die, do you want to stay there and buried there or come here? That was a very confronting question. Initially, I said, no, leave me there. But then I just next day spoke to my family and my brother, and he said, no, bring me here, not because I want to come back here, but the impact and benefit for Palestine and Gaza will be more. So I put that in writing, sat with my kids, told them how things works, etc. And then getting ready, and everyone like, I need protein bar. My nephews bring 100 protein bar. I need power banks. I get 6 power banks. Headlights, 10 headlights. Like everything I want, it just comes bang like that. It's like I work with senior, technicians. I said, tell them, art line goes in, central line goes in, everything happens by itself. So everything came back together amazingly well. And yeah, so Panzma started in 2020. Their mission initially was just to get consult on the phone, send CT reports and reply to them, was just, those type things they could support them. But since last 2.5 years, that's the new role they took on their board. That's our first photo in Gaza when we arrived. So we talked about that. As Sarah said, the WHO and COGAT is the coordinator, like tells you where to go, when to go, stay there, move there. And the AMT crew moves about twice a week. So this is when you arrive in Jordan. That big bag, it's mostly supply bag, that you don't put your stuff there. That's all equipment and medical aid and all the needed stuff there. My personal stuff is just on that top bag. That's your backpack. All your scrubs and personal stuff just goes there. That's all you can take. The bag at the center, I made that up. I left it in Jordan because if you come back, you need some spare clothes and all that. And so I didn't want to take more. I just wanted to make thing goes inside, doesn't come back out. So if I came back, I just came back with my scrubs on. And when I handed over that bag to our representative in Jordan, I wasn't sure if I'm going to come back and receive that bag from him because you're going in 60-70%, you might not come back. So that's one of the things I remember about that bag. And we were told you need to be able to have secure bags. You carry them yourself. No one is helping you. When you cross on border, if you dropped anything, your bag opened or scattered anything, you cannot stop. You cannot lean back and pick it up. They will shoot you. So you just have to make sure your bag's secured. You can carry it yourself. So I arrived in Jordan. You don't know whether you're going in or not till at night, 10 p.m. or 12. You get this list green, you're okay to go. Not green, you cannot go. From Panzma, I had Jason, my ICU nurse and anesthetic nurse, and he was left again, his family and home, and he just came in for the same reason. Amazing man. And jet bus, as Sarah said, you accommodate there about 6:30 a.m. they leave. And then that bus takes you to Gaza. So this trip from Amman to Gaza, on Google it says about 3 hours and 20, took about 12, 13 hours. So you took on journey with the bus, goes to the border, you go through securities. Securities I've never seen before. Like it's just after normal security, the screening that you see, there was one long tunnel like MRI scan, and they put special things in it and they screen your bag. I'm not sure that screens for cash, explosive, or what. They have technology which I haven't seen. And then after we passed that, then we had to wait for a second bus. They said wait 2.5 hours because they have some operations in Kisofim. So we had to wait for that as well. So we arrived about 6:30 to Kisofim. That's on Jordan crossing. And as Sarah said, they don't stamp your passport. They just give you one permit to go in. So now you had your permit, you're inside Palestine. Now, initially when I arrived, that's to Alambi, like I was the only one from Australia. I mean, what I'm doing, I'm the only one from here. But when we arrived, I just saw this guy from Ohio, Anas, and Muhammad from America, another one from Netherlands. Like everyone, you see people coming across the world, left their families, left their job and work, and they're coming here for the same reason. That becomes when you become, okay, I'm not alone, I'm part of a team, part of a cause. As Cyrus said, the bus inside Palestine will get escorted by police cars front and back. The reason for this is the settlers could shoot those bus as you go in. So even you haven't arrived yet, they might shoot at you. Some people had their PPEs, as Sarah said, but we just didn't have anything. Hoodie, just put your hoodie on and still have nothing happens. And inside Palestine, it's an amazing place. I mean, no matter how war and all that, but just you feel the blessing, you feel that just how fertile is the soil, how beautiful is the air, even within this dust and war, you get that mood and sensation inside you. It's just unbelievable. I just view, just running, just have a feeling. It's all palm trees. You see some names of cities which all hear as a child, Ariha, Jaffa, Qudus. It's just all those beloved signs, you just see them. Now, so we coming Gaza Strip. So there is Gaza City and there's Gaza Strip. So the whole strip is divided to sections. So Gaza City is the main city in the north. The density in Gaza is about 600 person per square kilometer. Compared to general world like India, about 500, Bangladesh 1350, and Turkey is about 114. The reason I put this on is to imagine how dense is the city. One small bomb that would cause huge catastrophe. That's why the impact is so big from each one single bomb. And people are not living in shelter, they're living in tents. So sharp nails travel fast through those tents everywhere. That's why it always casualties. Most of them die, and the one who makes the hospital, we have to deal with that, with the shortage. So this red one is just all soldiers at that time. Now it's all inside. We came through Kisufim here, as Sarah said, and Dir al-Balah is the center. Was a bit less damaged at that time. That's where our first safe house was. We stayed there at night time. So that's the red line that you cross by yourself to the UN cars. And they handed over to the organization, which left us in safe house at night time. In Dir al-Balah, and they told us you need it in the north, Gaza, where the hitting and the injuries are. So we had to go from Dir al-Balah to Gaza City, and we have to cross this line with its Netzarim line. Netzarim line is the dividing line between Gaza City and the Dir al-Balah. No one crosses that unless they have a coordination green light from them. So you still have to go to the UN OCHA center, they will take you there, they have to coordinate. You move in spots, each spot you move, they say stop, stay here, holding point, waiting green light, holding point, waiting green light. Palestinians can only cross this like by walking or on cart. That's all they can cross. So that's the UN car's initial phase. And just this is first images I see. I want to see Palestinian Gaza in my own eyes, not on TV. You see the rubble and the damage. So Deir al-Balah, as I said, is a bit less damage, but still there's significant damage. Trying to have a chat with the UN lady.
We have like about 20 liters, so that's 8 grades, which is nothing.
Start to see some images of the destruction. And also evening about 6:30, see kids and families going around their business. And see even the playground for kids on the go. So now next day, we're planning to move from Deir al-Balah to Gaza City. Assembled in UN point, waiting for a time to leave. In front of that UN place warehouse, there was a big tent site. You can see that. And then I noticed the clean drinking water comes in tanks and people line up for this. This is the everyday dream of every house. They have to line up to grab about 10 liters, 20 liters on that day if they are able to drink. And someone has to sponsor this tank, has to pay for the fuel and that to go inside, and someone has to coordinate line. People lining up there. See, all the chores are on kids. Every kid, 8 years old, 10 years old, they're responsible for family, because either dad is being killed, they're just responsible. They all grown up. Like this kid is grown up taking responsibility. See that kid at the center? He's carrying 3 gallons. Like, I mean, how much his weight? Maybe he's about 25, 30 kilo and trying to carry 30 kilo of water. You can see this image a lot. Young kids dragging water around. They walk a bit, they tire, they put it down, they relax, and they walk a bit. They just can't do much. So this is the journey. That's the holding point that we stopped. This on seaside. This image has story and never goes from my mind. So with that holding point, I saw those 3 kids sitting next to us, like about 2 meters away. The same images you see on TV, starving kids. You can see there is no fat on their face, their eyes is wide open, their teeth is prominent, they slim, they hungry. And that was my second day. I have chocolate with me, I have some food with me. And like in TV, you want to give them something, but here they're in front of you. You want to give them something. So I told my team leader I want to give them. I said, no, they wouldn't allow you to give them anything. I said, I'm not going to leave them like that and walk away. I can't do that. I said, I'm going to talk to them. I said, I'm going to talk to the security guy and he will let me give it. He said, don't ask him. He will say no. I said, okay, you don't know about it. I'm going to do it in my way. Just keep it quiet. So I just waited for the green light. When they say move, I prepared them with me, just opened the door, went to them, gave it to them quickly. And then I was in trouble on day 2. He came to me and he said, look, I didn't see you giving them food, but he was in the front car. I saw the mass of the crowd moving towards us. And see, the drone is always on the roof. When they see mass movement of the crowd, they're going to start shooting on the kids and on us. So I said, maybe he has a point. I mean, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's just those situations. And then that's the Netzarim, it's just complete destruction. There's nothing left, it's just all been bombed.
Yes, I see.
It's for previous checkpoints there. We arrived at Shifa Hospital and said we put our bags in here, the accommodation. So Shifa Hospital was a big compound, as Muhammad Amunada said, like as big as Randwick, Westmead. It's all different buildings. They all been destroyed, except a few compartments, pocket compartments of all dental place, admin place. They refurbished. Because refurbished is so expensive, each level done by one country. This is by Turkey, and this one by South Africa. Like each of them sponsored one level just to keep things moving. That's the one of the buildings. See all the patients' beds. It's a very modern hospital, looks like it. This was mass grave at the center of the hospital. About 600 to 800 people been buried here. Yeah, this was burn center before. It's all complete, destroyed. This is inside a building. I lived wars in Iraq twice, Iran and America. And if you go in shelter in the basement, you're fine. If you hide somewhere, you're fine. But nowadays, all the weapons they're using is so destroying. Like one rocket goes through level and level and level and level, just smashes whole thing. There's no safe place to go. There's no shelter that could go that could save you. You can see this building, it just gone through all the floors. See, this is inside the hospital. And they come at night time to take whatever equipment is salvageable from those rubbles. like they find trays for orthopedic, anesthetic monitor or something. So all the equipment that we function and see is all being extracted from those places. Found this Quran under rubble, so I took it out still with me, it's present. Then day 2 arrived at the hospital. I just see their system, try to blend in. In here we have like you can't cross with each patient has his own ampoules, everything for him, everything get discarded. Over there, no, you just put 4 mils of propofol there, 2 mils of that, drop from that big jar few mils, and everyone goes using same thing. And it's still okay, and they don't function very well. They all expired, if not expired, just maybe mal-stored. They don't work as efficiently. Needles blind, like it just blunt needles. It just nothing works as you expect it to do. That's on the right corner is the when you put your sharps in, made from cardboard. Just can't hold sharps. Room is small, equipment. See on my right side is working, left side doesn't function. I don't know what's his gas in, what his CO2 is in. Is he deeply asleep or no? I'm getting something out of it, but nothing is acceptable. We use about a few gas anesthetic. We have a knob, and this one, and you see, I have to move with needle to move from gas to gas. There's no lever to move, and that side doesn't work. The saturation prop to make sure he's ventilating all right is being taped 100 times, and it still works. We just keep it. There is no filter in between the patient and the machine, so every patient breathes the same. So if the machine is infested, obviously, with infection, and everyone breathes the same thing, so every patient comes out of us has chest infection because there's no filter in between. Then you walk back, you see people just assembled in between layers of concrete to have some privacy. They put their sheets up. Kids again running around, getting some water. And so day 3, when you go back to work, we take those stairs up to Shifa Hospital or to the emergency back door. And you pass through the morgue, the burial place, when the people, coffin them and prepare them to get buried. So from the hit, you can see all people lining in different sizes, mom, dad, kids, and they got lined up. You pray there if you can, and then I see all that's everyday image that you pass through. And this, as Muhammad said, the number of 67,000 are the counted ones in the hospitals. There are double, triple of that buried under rubbles, which no one could take them out. So those who made it out, others are just there, buried under rubbles. Coffin bag is the most common things available everywhere, as bed sheet, as moving patient around. Yaman was my first patient. He was 10 years old. He was stuck under rubble for hours and hours. He survived, but he had chest infection for a few months. So obviously his lung is filled with concrete pieces. So that is chest external infection. That's another child. I think I added the slide there again. All those concrete pieces comes out. That's doing bronchoscopy to remove them out. Take them out. That's what you try to extract from 60-year-old, 40-year-old, 2 years old, 10 years old. And that's the lowest damage. This gentleman, he was setting up a tent. He slipped, broke his leg. He asked me to take a picture with the male son. So resilient, mashallah. That's resilient. This is Ahmed, another sad story. He's 6 years old. He should be playing soccer outside, but he had a leg amputated, so he was coming back for dressing next day. I'm sorry for the distress, but we need to live their life a bit. Ahmed, come on. No matter how stressed you are, but helping those kids, giving them chores or something, it just makes you feel so good. At least you're not just, you're part of them now. This girl is Dina. She, 14 years old. She had a sharp nail in her neck. She can't move her legs. Damaged spinal cord. It also perforated her esophagus, her food pipe. So all she wanted to eat and drink. She wasn't thinking about, I can't walk, I can't do anything. So I had to spend hours and hours injecting dyes and to find those holes and stitches so she can eat next day. Mu'taz and Saleh. I tried to do more teaching over there because we're gonna work. There's no point in just relieving them. You need to leave something more lasting. They can use it. Teaching them on PICC lines, on central lines, on spinals. Spinals in here when we do needle injection, they have sterile field, blah blah. Or no, just clean a bit, just needle, just use it. That's it. Went to Friday prayer, which we shouldn't. That was at the time prices of the market was so expensive. Like flour is about $330, sugar is $24, the cucumber is $9, and for those people they don't have cash. There is no money. There's no cash. There's no wages or anything. And this was the earlier. It went doubled and tripled as the. We're lucky we get one meal a day, so which is rice and some flavors and chickpeas in it. Like us and the patients and the staff who's going to be there more than 10 hours shift. And we get also like from cucumber and tomatoes and tuna sometimes sponsored by our organization on top of it, but that's all you get. Water was available, filtered for us, but we're lucky to get those. The majority is not even having those. And if we couldn't finish half of it, we just go in the street, try to find someone to give it to them. And things goes like, and then suddenly one mass incident, Sarah said, just they hit something big. This doesn't need to be big. Any hit becomes 50, 60,000. Just suddenly emergency gets filled with people. Then you hear all the noise outside. You want to go out and help, but you can't do much. It just you go around trying to help, and then whoever is saved can come to theater. You can see blood everywhere, people lying everywhere. It's chaos within like just mass casualty. Like you get one tsunami or earthquake happens every day, every day, every day. So this is what we call fastest scan. The most dangerous injury in Gaza is the sharp nail injury. Apparently bombs has sensor. It doesn't dig a hole. It just explodes above ground, a meter, and then all sharp nail goes. And you can see one sharp nail, just only tiny point. You can see this is outlet, exit, entry. You could find it in the shoulder or somewhere. Just enters from here and gets out from here. You don't see much distortion. But through that route, it damaged the lungs, spleen, kidneys, vessels, bowels, and came out from that end. So when they lie in ED, you just see they look all right, but suddenly they just goes away and disappears because he's losing blood from inside. And you don't have time, you don't have equipment, that one's pulling you, that one's pulling you. So if got lucky scanned as positive, he had blood in the bowel, he comes into theater. That's theater sometimes very common. You see that cardboard box, that's limbs, either someone's upper limb, lower limb, and just always there, given to family to bury them. The floor is always filthy. They even don't have time to clean the blood. So there's one suction between anesthetic and surgeon, and sometimes two room only have one suction because that's one stopped working. They take it there, work there, and they come to me, work here, one suction moving. In hospital that I work with in here, if the suction goes below 60, they shut down the hospital. Suction is too low. That's it. And the way the surgical team works, just someone working in the chest, someone working in the bowels, abdomen, someone in the legs at the same time, because it takes 3-4 hours to fix this patient. There are 6-7 outside there needs to come in as well. And by the time you finish, they might die. And the images are so gross, I'll just skip through that. The blood transfusion, I just use a syringe. There is no pumping. There is no button you press, gives you one packet of blood. The amount of blood transfusion I gave in 10 days, within first 10 days, I've never given it in my anesthetic life in 15 years. Because just do rapid transfusion 5-6 times a day. And just small syringes, just give it. Just squeeze all young kids, squeeze blood in. This young girl, Hadil, her tent was hit. Like they were in a school. It's not school now. It's all people, displaced people living at tents inside, condensed tents. And when the bomb hit, all those tents gone, and all family died, passed away. She has survived, but lost her left leg and burned her right leg. She might have lost that as well. And the way they give blood transfusion, family goes to blood bank and donate, and then they bring cross-matched one to you. This one needed blood, but didn't have a family to give bloods to her. People gave bloods for her, but then we thought we need to do something more. We need to give bloods ourselves as well. This guy has a story as well. They opened the third theater in Shifa. That was first operation we did there. And he came at night time. They said he went to pick vine leaves and his bowels is poking out, his arm is damaged, leg is damaged. I said, what vine leaves? And I said, obviously he went to some dangerous zone to pick up some food, because those dangerous zones still have some wood, still have some food, some leaves to pick for his family. And I had that just story, but didn't put much into it. As I'm putting ECG dots on him, there's a vine leaf is coming off his shirt. Like he just stuck them in his there. So I took a picture of it. Then I take a day outside in the market. When day's okay, we try to just change our brain, just see something else. Like you don't want to just see 4 concrete of bloods and limbs, and just they take us out, just go outside. Just take you out a minute or so, just outside to see how people live. There are no shops or like just small stall markets. So like, everyone trying to make a living out of it. If someone has cash, we'll pay, and no one has cash, just. It's a tailor there. It's nothing. And imagine those places was beautiful places. It's amazing place. It's all narrows. Now was halfway through our tour, and suddenly 6:30 p.m. they put in the Facebook of IOF spokesperson that Shifa Hospital is in target zone or red zone, plus 2 schools, which is people live there. Now, what are we going to do at 6:30 p.m.? Where are we going to go? Is this real or not real? We don't know. Do we go out? Do we evacuate or no? So initially we thought if we leave now, people get panicked more. Patients get panicked because they say the international crew, they must have known some information. Then everyone started to panic. So we waited. But then we saw that everyone's already leaving, most people. The lift doesn't work, so they have to push patients through the stairs to get them out. It's all the chaos there. We only have our grab bag because you leave everything behind you, just your passport, your power bank, and some water and some protein bar. That's what you take with you to move out. So patient going on a motor cart or anything. There's no ambulance to take them around. And I'm even not sure where are they taking them. We're just stranded outside, me and my team. Not sure where to go. It's almost coming to night time. This is just from just one announcement on Facebook. They didn't hit at the end, but just that was by itself enough to create this chaos and unstable patient going out and risks of that. So I went into another hospital, Al Hospital, Baptist Hospital. I was more close to the front line. It was very sound, and the building was old. Everything was shaking. And I'm going to skip those slides. They're very quite confronting when people just constant. We gave bloods there. We donated blood to all our team there. And I took this picture. You see resilient of the Gaza and Palestinian. In between rubbles, you can see plant or pot there. I'm not sure. I don't think it's food. It's more like just a plant there. Could be food as well. It just continue life as usual. They try to stick on it. We will rebuild it. So maybe now, I went around with Human Appeal. They have wells to spread cleaning water. We went in the tent, sat with them. I just wanted to, I don't know, with the people, sit with them, talk to them. So they had houses, apartments, flats, and they all now living in a tent. They had factories. And even you go, they try to give you tea. We don't want anything. We just want to see and talk to you. These are the anesthetic team there. They're all heroes. They're resilient. I sort of at some stage, a few weeks, what's the point? It takes me about 5-6 hours to fix one patient and then 10 more outside coming. But you learn from them. They don't think that will just keep going, just continuing. They don't get paid much. They have to think about their family at home. Do they have water? If they go back, their house is not bombed. And they turn up to work every day. Amazing people. Even with that, they give you a present. I don't want anything, just anything. They just write paper, give something. Just try to show how grateful they are. Our rotation is ended. Went to new UN cars. The exit, I saw all the destruction, and the trolleys had food, but just left in desert. No one is able to take them. This is exit in Khan Yunis. More destruction you go through. And this is our at Kisofim exit, and so wait until I came outside. Thank you very much.